So let's get started with our simple encryption program at first. Then we will be doing simple decryption. Then after we will be adding more features to it and combining them in a single form. Okay, first of all, we are going to create our application in Python. So first of all, we need to have to download our Python. We need to have Python in our uh, computer. So go to the Python. Exa- just go. If you don't have Python, that's okay. Just go there, go to the downloads, and you can download the latest version of Python. And there you go, and you can just simply install the Python like the simple installation for any other programs. So just follow up these steps. It's very easy. So here you can, as I have already installed my Python, so there is the option for upgrade. So I don't want that. So there will be your installation install one. So you can choose that one and you can continue. If after you finish your Python installation, you can check if you write Python and if it gives the version here, that means you have successfully installed the Python. Okay, so we know what we need. We have Python. Now let's create our main folder, main root folder on which our entire project will be built. So let's create that and name that runs for a ransomware. Let's open it up and let's create two new folders. That is for img for image, like we will be storing our image here, like for example this background wallpaper on which when the encryption occurs we want to change that. And so the image, we will be putting this in image folder, and then after we will be creating another again folder that is time. So this time folder, why we are doing this is because like when we encrypt our file, it needs to store the time, right? Time status. So all the time status will be stored inside this folder. Okay, so now let's open up our code editor. You can use any code editor. You can use PyCharm or you can use VS Code. For me, I'm using Ducky. So let's import our, yeah, okay. So let's import our folder, as you can see here, and let's. So okay. So before starting, we need to import all the necessary modules required for our encryption program. This includes the module for file handling and cryptographic functions. So let's get started. Um, So okay, we have finished. And so we have successfully imported the necessary modules: OS for file handling, and then AES from crypto.cipher for encryption, and the pad from crypto utility padding for padding the data and getting random bytes for generating the random bytes. Okay, now next, like we need to derive an encryption key from a simple password. This key will be used to encrypt our files. So let's start. So step two, deriving encryption from simple. It's like generating a random cell. So password and a simple key from password padding 32, 32 bytes. Okay, so what we did here is, as we can okay, so, in this next step, what we did is we derived an encryption key from the password from the hello. A random salt is generated to add randomness, and the password is padded to ensure it is exactly 32 bits. It's exactly 32 bits long. Now, like we have completed our step one and we have completed our step two. Now let's move to our next step. On the next step, we will let define a functions to encrypt a file using the derived encryption key. So let's get started. like generate a random initialization vector goes to ES. So it's like create a new AES cipher. It's like read a file data. So it's encrypt the data with the padding. It's write salt vector encrypt the data to the new files. What we'll do is this will remove the original file and like print the success messages, the file path and accept exception. Path error is so okay. What we did here is so on this step on our step three. What we did is we defined the encrypt file functions. We defined encrypt file functions which encrypts the file data using the AES encryption with the CBC model, the salt initialization vector IV, and encrypted data are written to a new file and the original file are removed. So this is our step three. So this is our step one, and this is our step two, and this is our step three. So let's move to our next step. So before going down, finally let's create the main script that will use our encryption functions to encrypt a specific files. Okay. So now let's get started. Now step four. Let's create a main script. It's like now let's hardcode the file, and the file path is the so what we did here is like we just hardcoded the file. Just this is for this simple demo purpose. So like this is the demo the doc files which we want to be the encrypted. So it's on the E directory. So let's go and check these files. Okay, so yeah, this is the demo file. So this is the demo file which we want our application to encrypt. As you can see, this is the demo file, and we want our application to encrypt this one. So let's now create some debugging. So print the file path to ensure it is correct. So print attempt to path with conditions if OS the path exists, file path, print file not found, and else. So, so file the file does not exist. So, and, file. So in this directory. So basically, what did here? Okay. So in this step 4, what we did here is like the main script attempts to encrypt all the file located at the this folder that is Yeah, that is on the E drive, that is demo.doc files. It first check if the file exists, and if it doesn't, it processes to encrypt the file using the encrypt file functions. If the file doesn't exist, then it provides the debugging information here. So let's go and save this file. Save as, okay, so we want to save this in here. Let's say simple dot py. Okay, our file is here, and we finished our simple encryption program, and let's try to run this. Okay, so we got some error, and let's try to clear this one, and let's try to run this again. As you can see, it's like saying attempted to encrypt file found and successfully encrypted. Let's go and check our file if it is successfully encrypted or not. Let's go and check the demo. So yeah, as you can see, now it's encrypted. We can't open it up. Let's try to open it with Notepad. As you can see, we can't open this up as like it's encrypted, and like we had already seen the demo, so it has that encrypted extension. So basically this our encryption file, simple encryption file, it worked. So in this part we have successfully set up our encryption program. We started by importing all the necessary modules, and then delivering the encryption key from the password. Then we define the functions to encrypt all the files and create a main script to test our encryption mechanism is properly configured and working or not. So in our next video, what we are going to do is we are going to create the similar decryption program, simple decryption program to decrypt our file. Then we will be creating a graphical user interface layout. Then we will be going adding all these advanced features on our project.